Hi everybody, it's the Mad Mystical Monk here. Today I'm going to discuss Never Get Angry Again by Dr. David J. Lieberman. I had several issues with this book that made me very angry. This is going to be a spoiler alert, but generally speaking, this book pretty much sums it up in a handful of words, and those words are, change your perspective, change your life. I had a huge issue with this book, and it's the fact that he used a lot of pseudo-scientific stuff that has nothing to do with it. It says, the foolproof way to stay calm and in control in any conversation or situation. He tries to explain and says that we have a soul mentality and ego mentality. I got the gist. The guy was kind of a Freudian, and then he would quote some Jung, and then he would quote some Viktor Frankl. So the guy, I don't think he even knows what he is in this book. He pretty much pulled from every philosophy you could think of and then shoved it in the book and said, God said so. He quotes the Bible, which in a book on psychology, I don't really think has a place, unless you're talking about a psychosis, which he talks about in this book. He has a lot of things about meditation, and I'm trying to remember. I should have wrote that part down. He talks about meditation and visualization, which is like every get well self-help books go to. Meditate, visualize, meditate, visualize. Okay, we realize it works, but every self-help book says the exact same thing nowadays, and to tell you the truth, it's a little bit frustrating. It says, never get angry again. Well, I'm not going to get angry. It uses as an example. Let's say an old lady cuts you off in traffic. You automatically look over and say, is it a young punk or an old lady? And it's a matter of perspective, I guess. I really don't even know why I picked this book up at the library. I wouldn't have paid for it because the price on it is $26 US. Yeah, ain't no... And it uses bold print. So you know you're getting nothing for 26 US dollars. I think I gave it 2 or 3 stars on Goodreads because it was a quick read, but it wasn't a good read. For instance, I'm going to go through a couple of the chapters. I'm not going to read them, but I'm going to tell you what some of the chapters in the book are. The real reason you are so angry. How perspective takes shape. That's the part 1. And then part 2, it says, the cost of living, the price of escaping. And he tries to explain how escapism keeps people angry, delusions and psychosis. So pretty much in this book, everybody has a psychological issue. The chapter 8 says the meaning of pleasure, the pleasure of meaning. Part 3, making sense of pain and suffering, and then pretty much all about God. Part 4, make peace with the past for good. Part 5, how to love being alive. You know what you get? You get some Prozac, and then you will love being alive. Actually, I don't know. I hate Prozac. How to love being alive, a date with destiny, becoming extraordinary, escaping the trap of procrastination. In which part he tries to explain that people have so many goals that that conflict that they're unable to achieve just one single goal. It's just a waste of time. Proclaiming ourselves and redefining our boundaries. This chapter I pretty much skipped because it's everything repeated itself constantly and constantly. That's what this book is. It's repetition over and over and over again. It's like he's almost trying to brainwash you. Part 7, advanced psychological strategies to live anger free. It's literally every self-help book stuff. For instance, the power of neuroplasticity, which from my own reading and listening, I've heard was kind of crap. Neuroplasticity doesn't actually exist. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but people give way too much credence to it. Change your self-concept, change your life. Taking advantage of the mind-body connection. Getting real with meditation and visualization. Every occult book literally has that in it. The magnitude of gratitude, the anger games, and game day. See, he's even trying to play on words in the book to make it interesting. Really, do not waste your time with this. Never get angry again. And definitely don't waste $25.99 in Ohio. It would probably be about a $30 book with tax. So it's not really, If you're going to read it, get it from the library. But it's pretty much a generic self-help book written by a New York Times best-selling author. So, which is not something I usually go with. People who've watched my channel for very long realize that I don't really read popular fiction, popular self-help books. I don't like popular stuff. I'm kind of a fringe dweller, and that's where I plan on staying. Because I figure if the zombie apocalypse hits, it's better off for me to live in the middle of nowhere than in the middle of the city. So, like and subscribe for future content. Thank you, auf Wiedersehen, and have a good night.